Hi, this is Mukul Yudhveer Singh from ETAuto EV Conclave 2025. We are in the 10th edition, and sitting with me is a man who needs no introduction, Santosh Iyer, Mercedes-Benz.
Thanks for having me here.
And so let's straight away, talk about the future of sales because we're talking about future of the automobile industry today. Santosh sir, I wanted to understand from your point of view, how has the sales cycle, the retail sales, how has this evolved in the last 2, 3 years?
I think it's a very interesting topic that you have picked up, and I'm happy and glad for that. If you look at the traditional sales model in India across two-wheelers to luxury cars, it's been that you produce a car as an OEM, you push it, and I'm using the word push with that intention to the dealers. The dealers push it, again the word push to the customers, and that's been a traditional model which exists even today in across the industry. Now, the good part of this model is the responsibility shift happens faster. On the other side, the flip side is the dealer will sell what they have in stock. Also, the prices will be based on what the dealer feels because it's a principal to principal model. Third, the transparency on transaction is limited. And when you talk about customer data, the OEM doesn't even know who is buying because the data is with the dealer as such. Plus, on the financial side, the dealers have to invest a lot in holding these stocks, and they have to really, there is a lot of financial pressure. So, in a nutshell, the banks gain to a large extent. The OEMs, to some extent, it depends on what OEM, but the dealers also are under pressure because of this model. We, 4 years back, at the time of COVID, decided this can't be the way we can do retail of the future because what we need is, as luxury brand, if you put the customer in the center, how do we make the experience seamless? So we turned it around. We said dealers are important because they are the first point and always will remain connected with the customer for service. So we keep them, but we should make them as agents. And we give the full transparency on price, stock, everything via our system. When a customer walks into our franchisee partners, they get the entire experience there, but the price is standardized, stock is visible all India. There is no haggling, no hidden charges like I would say there's handling charges and all that stuff. And also the dealer profitability, they are not wanting to take a lot of money, bank loans to fund inventory, which also means that the customer gets the best price and the best offer. But the biggest gain in all of this is the customer service business. If you see the traditional model, dealers don't make money on sales. Then when the customer comes for servicing, there is a inflated bills. And that's a tendency. It's not always, but there's a tendency to make money in customer service. In our business model, the dealers can make money in sales individually, customer service, after sales business. So there is no pressure on the after sales business and then the entire focus is on customer experience. That's what we have done. It's a case study now in management schools. After India, now we have Australia, we have Malaysia, Thailand, we have Germany, which has gone live with this model. So I think that's, in a nutshell, the retail of the future.
Interesting. Abhijit, you work with a lot of OEMs, right, at Sharpsell.
Yeah.
So I think if I were to sum up everything Santosh sir said, right, it would be everything is going digital.
Yes.
And yet the dealer remains the key.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you think are the OEMs equipped to handle this transition wherein everything is becoming digital, but dealers are still at the core of it?
Core of it. Yeah, correct. No, I think I echo with what Santosh sir, you are just right now saying, right? Another insight that we, actually saw when we are working with a lot of OEMs is that today, the another thing is customer experience is at the core. But also today, the buyer maturity is also increasing to a great extent. That's the shift that we have seen, right? That today the buyer is much more informed and matured when they come to the showrooms, right? So when for that guy, the seller, right, who is on the ground, he has to convince a customer who is already, let's say, 70% of his research work is done. So he needs to give something over and above of what the buyer already has. So with tools like the sales playbooks and etc. That we provide, our main intention is, let's say, how can we empower that sales team on the ground when he's in front of the prospect, and how can I ensure a sales consultant who's veteran, let's say 10 years with me, 5 years with me, speaks exactly the same language with somebody who's recently joined my dealership sales consultant, how these are. And with technology and AI, what we see is we can scale this up. It's not a manual process where, let's say, I train, 5 people, 10 people, 1 dealership, 2 dealerships. I can communicate with my entire field force at scale so that I ensure the customers hears what we as a brand want them to hear.
Interesting. I'll tell you what I do, right? In the night, I currently own a good car.
Yeah.
So every night I go to websites,
Yeah.
right? I look at cars,
Yeah.
and then I drop in inquiries.
Good.
Yeah.
Next day I get calls, right? And then I say no to all of them because I think
Agreed.
the
Yeah,
peer
yeah.
pressure and
Yeah,
so this is a phenomenon that is increasing, right? Digital inquiries, whether they are through telephone, through internet, through websites, through social media, they are increasing.
Yeah.
But are the walk-ins and the test drives increasing in proportion to them?
So, it's a very good question. What you are doing is you are an auto enthusiast and you are trying to also check what the dealers are offering. So that's more academic. But in general, my belief is if somebody puts their phone number and email ID, should be some seriousness, 9 out of 10,
Yeah.
because customers don't partake with their personal data. Now, the problem again with retail, if this lead goes to the retail world, they feel if you are to buy this month, I am at your doorstep tomorrow morning or even tonight. But if you are to buy in 6 months, you are in the general exploratory phase.
Yeah.
I'll keep you engaged. But maybe that's a fundamental issue with the automotive industry in general. And here again, I think a lot of tools that can be used. We are also using a lot of follow-up tools, a lot of CRM systems, so that we don't miss out a lead. But a lot needs to be done to ensure that we are able to contact in 4 hours time. Actually, if I look at other sectors, the turnaround time to reach a customer is almost 2 hours to 3 hours. But in automotive, not across categories or across brands, we have reached that kind of a turnaround time.
Interesting. What does data at your disposal say?
Yeah.
Walk-ins versus
Yes.
digital inquiries
Yes.
versus actual test drives.
Yes. So actually, according to our data, digital inquiries have increased by 30-40% in the last couple of years. But the same is not the pace with the walk-ins, right? So then, if the increase in the walk-ins is not that great, so then whatever is the walk-ins, can I ensure that my conversion rate increases? Like you rightly said, sir, if let's say there is a walk-in, and if it's not for this month, can I ensure that lead is not dropped out? And that's where we enable a lot of our sales consultant with hyper personalized messaging, nudge, and etc. So that keeping the prospect engaged during those cycles. Today we have long waiting periods as well. I mean, generalizing for all the OEMs, right? And that's why it's very important. Even if somebody has parked their token money, he ensures to take your delivery, so on and on. So for example, if somebody was interested in certain models, in that certain models also, if he was interested more in safety features, so while I nudge them, can I give them an update on the safety features? If they were interested more on let's say the comfort and this, the next time after 5 days when I nudge them, I have two options. I just follow up and say, hello sir, how are you sir, hope everything's was fine. Or I nudge them in a more personalized way and I talk only about the comfort features and an upcoming video. So that's a strategy that we are following.
One last question, Santosh sir. A feature that I love on all the websites is I can go there, check out a car, and change its color.
Yeah.
When it does that
Yeah,
360.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
My question is, can that now happen, and can that go beyond in a digital brochure as well? If let's say I am interested in a G wagon, right? Can I get a brochure? Can the data that I have fed in the other websites, can that be used to customize that car for me from Mercedes today?
No, for sure. See, what we have done now, G-Wagon, let's take this example. More than 80% of the G-Wagons sold in India are all personalized and customized by manufacturer options. So what we do is you can go to our car configurator page. Not only you can check out all the options and you can look at the pricing and check. Finally, once you have configured, you can download a QR code. That QR code you can send to the dealer saying, hey, I want to place the order.
Super.
It doesn't end there. Once you send the QR code, our dealer will come with a physical kit of the color samples, of the carpet samples, alloy. We have a huge kit, and then the customer can touch and feel with the configuration. So it's a Fiji digital format where you can touch and feel all the samples and everything else. On the other side, you can see your configurator, and if everything is done, the QR code can be used to place the order and move on in the customer journey.
Perfect. Counter question to you.
Yes.
Does it work? Does this approach of personalized
Yes.
brochures work more than the traditional?
Answer is yes. That's what we have seen. While Santosh sir's company is at a very different league, I must commend you for that, right? But what I have seen with the other OEMs, this really works because, for example, let's say we have something called personalized video presentation. While I'm standing in front of you, if you are interested in some models, if you are interested in some elements like the car luxury or the touch and feel, etc., we can actually create a hyper personalized video on the fly, and that's is picking up like real time. So I certainly feel that I echo it.
Perfect. Thank you, Santosh sir. Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot for
Abhijit.
having me.
Sure.
I
Thank you.
think this is
Yeah.
Mukul, and
Thank
I
you.
think the future is all digital. This is Mukul Yudhveer Singh signing off from ETAuto EV Conclave 2005. This is the 10th edition.